Hi everybody, Jeff Murray coming to you here from number 18. Our brand new hole opens today. You can see straight on, beautiful green here, sitting on Lake Mendota, spouting our new flags, celebrating 25 years, leading the way by redefining excellence. This is a very important video because we're talking about reopening your country club. And I will tell you right now that your country club reopening is not going to look like the country club that you remember last year or the many years before. Right now, we are under a national pandemic, a worldwide pandemic. So unfortunately, we're not going to operate the same way that we have in the past. We can't. We are actually operating right now under the Forward Dane phased reopening plan for Dane County. It's very important that you watch this video to understand how things are going to operate at your club, because they are completely different from what you are accustomed to. So it's very important that you understand exactly how we're going to operate. So first and foremost, today we are in the planning for reopening phase of the Dane County plan. And that means our facilities have been deep cleaned and sanitized. We have strict policies in place for sanitation and employee expectations. We also have emergency plans in place in the event that we have a COVID-19 exposure, okay? We have everyone's health and safety top of mind in our daily planning and operations. We've also partnered with a local company called Biodome, and they've applied BioProtect to our entire facility. This includes golf carts, outdoor furniture, patio furniture, all of our pool furniture, all of our indoor furniture as well. Our kitchen facilities have all been treated with this 90-day antimicrobial surface protectant. And it adheres to the surface and protects from bacteria, germs, mold, and viruses. It's an extra layer of protection on top of all of our very strict sanitation procedures that you're going to see and hear about. We encourage you, when coming to the club, to wear face protectant, as all of the national authorities do. We encourage you to carry hand sanitizer for when you can't wash your hands. We will have hand sanitizer in certain locations, but you never know when you might need it, so carry it with you along with your face coverings. We are in no way encouraging people to come to the club, especially if you're high risk or if you've been around people who are high risk. We want you to be safe, and we'll continue to have curbside carryout for all members and encouraging you to stay safer at home because we want to make sure everyone is safe. As you know, our hallways are small. Our bathroom facilities, places like that, there's no way to avoid being around other people when at the club. So if you don't feel comfortable being around others, please don't come to the club. We encourage you to stay home and stay safe. However, if you do decide that you want to come to the club, we will be moving into phase 1 of our Forward Dane operating procedures. That Forward Dane operating procedures in phase 1 is scheduled to implement on Tuesday, this coming Tuesday, provided we get the all clear. We will be at a very limited capacity, which is why we have this informational video for you. This means you'll need a reservation to do anything at the club, Obviously, if you're going to play golf and enjoy the golfing facilities, you need a tee time, right? Absolutely. If you're going to play tennis, you need a court reservation to play tennis. If you're going to dine, you need a reservation for dining. That's right, you don't just show up because you need a reservation. That includes if you're coming to the patio, to the lakeside patio. You need a reservation. I'm going to say that just one more time. You You need a reservation because we don't want groups of people waiting in groups, right, for a table. We need you to have a reservation and a time block when you come to the club. If you want to have a drink at the bar, you need a reservation, all right? If you want to go swimming at the swimming pool, you need a reservation. That's unusual. You've never had to have a reservation in the past. And you might say, Jeff, we've never had to have a reservation in the past. And I would say, we've never had a worldwide pandemic of COVID-19. So here we are. We're all learning, and this is how we're going to operate right now. This is how clubs are operating across the United States as they open up. We presently have our pool reservations are actually in our dining reservations in our mobile app. If you go to our mobile app and go into dining reservations, you'll see pool. If you go into pool, you can select a time and you can get a reservation for 4 or 2. 4 or 2. So if you have 6 in your family, you would need to go in and get a reservation for 4 and then get a reservation for 2. You might say, well, Jeff, that's kind of silly, and I'm sorry, but we had to accommodate people. We had to do it the most sensibly, the way we laid out our pool deck, which was in groups of 4 mostly, and we have some 2s, but it's mostly in 4s. A table of 4 or a cabana group of 4, meaning 4 chase lounges. You might say, well, I just want to come in and I want to swim. Again, because of the capacity limitations in phase 1 of Dane County, I'm only allowed to have 25% capacity of the pool, which means I can only have 50 people in the pool area at any one time. Only 50. So I must control that. Well, versus having people just show up, right? And then when we got 50, we'd say, hold on, sorry, you can't come in. And then you drove all the way here and be upset, which would not work, right? I would say we make reservations. So that way, when you come, you know you have a spot. In fact, we'll have someone there who will open the gate for you. Good afternoon. Let me take you over to your area where we have you. You know, we have a space all sanitized and ready for you and your family. Here you go. What a nice experience that will be for you and your family. Notice I keep saying family because really right now, under this worldwide pandemic, this is not a great time to bring guests, you know, to the country club. Obviously, it increases exposure, but by the same token, it makes it harder for us to serve our members when we've got additional people to factor into it. We can't have groups or gatherings. Our limitations on dining and so forth is 6, meaning we can't have large groups and tables of 10 and things like that. We can't have big groups of people. This is for you and your family, right? Meaning your family of 4, your family of 6, that type of thing, in our dining areas. That's how we've set up that. Well, the same goes for the pool, only we've set it up there in 4s and 2s, mostly 4s. So please work with us as we work through this. This is a very, very important time. I really appreciate your understanding as we change these things and you work through this. Other ways you can get reservations, of course, is to go on our website. You can get reservations there. You can also call. You can call our office and they can make reservations for you as well. The block times for the pool will be 2 hours. There are 2-hour limits to be able to allow everyone to enjoy the pool. Of course, we'll be doing our normal dining reservations as well. So that will help out in all areas. As far as the tennis goes, according to the county regulations, you must bring your own tennis equipment, your rackets, and your balls. Meaning, we can't provide you with community balls. You need to bring your own balls. We won't be able to have the ball machines into action right now and things like that. You'll have to bring your own equipment and utilize the facilities that way at this time. So we also, as far as the swimming areas go, we will not be having common common items such as pool noodles and kickboards, items like that that would be normally carried and used by multiple people. We will not be having those type of things out and available for your use. We don't want to spread bacteria or other things like that through the use of common areas. We'll be propping open restroom doors and areas like that so that you're not touching surfaces that don't need to be touched as often as you are. We're also going to do everything we can to make sure that you're safe and that you're not touching things as oftenly as you normally would. So these are some of the things that we're putting into place right now in our regulations. But remember, at this point, we would be moving into phase one. Phase one next week, hopefully on Tuesday, is our plan, which would mean we'd be opening the pool. Our tennis courts are opening, will open this week on Friday for that limited use. Our outdoor dining will open again next Tuesday. And we will have very limited 25% capacity indoor dining available next Tuesday as well. Keep in mind, when I say 25%, we're talking extremely limited capacity inside. If you make a dining reservation for the lakeside patio and it rains, you must know we don't have a table inside for you. So if inclement weather comes and you have an outdoor dining table reserved, I'm sorry, but of course, because we're limited on capacity and we cannot exceed 25%, we will not have an interior table available for you. That's part of having our exterior reservation system implied for this particular situation that we have going on right now. Work with us as we're going through this national pandemic. Please understand, we'll go back to normal operations at some point. I don't know what normal is, what the new normal is. We'll find out in the days to come, and the people much smarter than I will figure all that out, and we'll get through it together. As we the Forward Dane plan moves into phase 3, after we have a green phase that's been evaluated, and we're after 14 days of operation in phase 1. So we'll see how that works. When we move into phase 2, we're allowed 50% capacity, so the pool will increase to 100 at that point, and the indoor dining will double as well. So we'll move to that phase when we can, and we'll keep moving, and we'll keep you informed on how that progress is working. We're working with our local health authorities, and we are most certainly following all the orders and regulations to make sure that you and your family are safe, and that we are doing our utmost best to be great community neighbors within Dane County and the surrounding communities. We here at Bishops Bay care very much about you and your family, and we appreciate your support. We thank you, and we celebrate our 25th anniversary here at Bishops Bay Country Club. We thank you for being part of our community and part of our family, and we are leading the way by redefining excellence.